And upgrades this morning, how to make sure that we're not hurting our property value, Colleen?
Absolutely, because everyone's talking about the housing market right now, right? And it's a sensitive issue for all our audience, and the fact that we do have a housing shortage. Yet your home is probably the biggest investment that you can have.
Certainly.
So how can we move that home in a way that you're not over-investing, but also maintaining the home in a smart way?
Right. So when it comes to home maintenance, people don't know if they should build the deck, fix the driveway, do the interlock. Is it about the interior or the exterior aesthetics?
So the biggest thing that I would say for, it's interesting when I talk to homeowners, is the fact that once they've talked to me, they're like, oh no, I've got to do, like, it's a little overwhelming.
Right, the list gets long.
The list gets long. And so how do we, maintain it in a way that's different than upgrading? So there is a difference between maintaining and upgrading.
Fair enough.
So when you do maintaining, that just allows your home to maintain the value that it's at. So, for example, when you have buyers who are looking at your home, or if you are simply looking at just making sure that your home holds its value, there are certain things that we should look at. So, for example, what is the front door freshly painted?
Right.
Right? Or are your windows? And I do have to say one thing, is the fact that a lot of people say they have to be vinyl windows. Wood windows actually can last 40, 50 years, where vinyl cannot. We have very cold winters here in Ottawa.
We sure do. It gets pretty drafty, Colleen.
So wood windows, if you maintain them, if you caulk them, if you paint them, they can hold their value as well.
Okay.
So, or if your windows have their seals are gone, right? Then it might be time. And that doesn't add value. It simply says we have maintained our home.
Right.
What about your furnace? Have you had it serviced lately? One thing that my building inspector, who our audience has met before, is the fact that, have you had your furnace serviced? If you have it serviced every year, that holds value of your home. And that is something that you should look at, right? Is your home freshly painted, et cetera? That doesn't add value, it just creates that whole factor of the fact this home is well maintained.
Now, speaking of the inspector who we've met, when you are a longtime homeowner, how often should you just get that inspection done? Because there are some things that the inspector will pick up on that's not obvious to the naked eye, even things like maybe around the foundation.
Right. So speaking of the foundation, and you probably don't need your home inspected until maybe a year or two before that you're selling.
Okay.
And it depends if you're a city property, a newer home, or a country property. Because a country property, you may end up getting your septic inspected and your well inspected and that kind of thing. Yet the biggest thing is keep kind of like the binder of all your receipts and everything else to show people that you have maintained your home. And if you are I just need to make, like, I'm not moving for 25 years, and that's something that we'll talk about in further discussions, yet maintaining is different than upgrading. And that's a big difference. And so, yes, you should do your windows. You might have to do your doors. You might have to do your flooring. Yet that is maintaining your home. It's not upgrading.